Good morning. Please let me know if you can hear me clearly. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Please go into the chat room if you don't mind and let me know if you can hear me clearly. Brilliant. So, good morning, Cephas. Good morning. I trust you're very well. Who else is here? Sharon, good morning. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning. Good morning. Kaima, good morning, Sarah and Victor and every other person that is just coming in. All right. So, Cephas, Sharon, if you don't mind, in the chat room, whereabout are you joining from, and what's your line of work? So, if you don't mind, whereabout are you joining us from, and what is your line of work? If you don't mind, before we go into the session. So, anybody in the chat room? Right? What's your line of work and where exactly are you joining us from? What's your line of work and where are you joining us from? Okay? Anybody in the chat room? Anybody at all? What's your line of work and where about are you joining us from? Okay? Okay? Good. So, because this conversation, we're going to try to make this. Thank you very much, Cephas from Nairobi. Thank you very much, Cephas. Cephas, I now I remember. Good, Cephas. It's great to have you here. Any other person? So we're going to converse a lot here. Samantha, thank you very much for being here. We're going to converse a lot. Owusu, how you doing, sir? All right. So everybody in the chat room, right? Um, so this is my first question, and I want everybody to please come to the chat room. Once again, Cephas, thank you very much. Sharon, it's good for you to be here. Everybody, let's go into the chat room, right? And let's have a quick conversation in the chat room. Sharon, thank you, right? So this is the year 2025, right? In a couple of days, right? So not couple, in some days, in about 70 days thereabout or less, we will be in the year 2026. Based on your line of work, and I want everybody, I want everybody to speak, to come into the chat room and share their thoughts. Based on your line of work, how how much change do you think artificial intelligence is going to bring to your line of work and to your organization? Or maybe on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, one being the lowest. Everybody in the chat room. That means Ogechi, that means Kaima, that means Sarah, everybody. I want us to have a robust conversation before I jump into the middle to the beginning of my presentation. I'm Dr. Orlando, and it's my pleasure to be here. My network, I was having, uh, every time I switch on my video, it seems like my network wasn't acting great. So this is my humble self. This is my humble self. I'm Dr. Orlando. Yeah, so that the network does not affect the quality of my presentation, I will just switch off my video for a bit. So I want to hear from everybody quickly, everybody in the chat room. On a scale of 1 to 10, stopping everybody, Prudence, everybody. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think that artificial intelligence is going to affect your organization and your line of work in the year uh, Disami said will kill my income because many people are using it to emulate. I like that. They're generating and publishing content. Let Vincent and all the other experts on the call, please, do you have any advice for Victoria so that people are the AI is threatening to kill the I like that. Uh, I found that to be very funny. That the first comment somebody has is the fact that artificial intelligence, is threatening to kill journalism. That a lot of people are beginning to do journalism without even going to school of journalism and all that. So please, I want Boma and everybody. I want you to all share your thoughts. Vincent, what do you have for Victoria here? What is your recommendation? Also says that AI will enhance how you do audits. Okay, the AI will enhance how you do audit. So it's an enhancement, right? For you. Okay, brilliant, brilliant. Can I hear from others quickly? Everybody. I want to hear from everyone. Okay, can I hear from everybody? No, so Cephas, my question is how would your for your organization or your line of work, how uh to what extent will AI affect your work, affect your organization and your work? To what extent, on a scale of 1 to 10, and in what areas? Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, and in what specific areas? Okay, all right, on a scale of 1 to 10. Stopping says speeding up service delivery to stakeholders. Okay, good. And I want this to be very specific. That's why I want everybody to speak from their own perspective. We're not talking about CNN's perspective or BBC's perspective. I want everybody to talk about this and to discuss it from from each of you, from your personal perspective, from where you sit. Tell me how is AI, and to what extent will AI affect both your job and your own organization? And I have a lot of people here. Bukola, I even want to hear from you. What do you think? Namlari, what do you think? Right? Kaima, what do you think? Mariah, what do you think? Uh, Pascaline, what do you think? To what extent, Samantha? I want to hear everybody's opinion. Prudence, I want to hear everybody's opinion. I want this to be very personal for you, that your organization and your line of work. So if you're in HR and you work in an organization, to what extent do you think that artificial intelligence is going to affect your organization, either positive or negative, right? um so they say that risk, right? Risk is meant to be what? Both on the threat side. Are we all together? Threat or opportunity is the same thing. So that's the other question. What is AI for you? AI relative to your job? Is it a threat or an opportunity? Everybody, tell me quickly, quickly. I want to hear from everybody. Artificial intelligence relative to your line of work, your specific job, whether you're in HR, whether you're in marketing, whether you're in sales, whether you're in application development, it doesn't matter. Artificial intelligence relative to your job, right? Is it a threat or it's an opportunity? Okay, good. Brilliant. Brilliant. So Bukala says, product development. Yeah, so brilliant. So for you, Bukala, that means it's an opportunity. Brilliant. Can I hear from all the others? Brilliant, brilliant. Who are those that see AI just like Victoria that spoke that wrote in here at the very beginning? Victoria was looking at it more from a threat perspective. Samantha, okay, brilliant. Oh, Samantha had written something here. Product manager, it will be a partner for both sides every day time, but there might be a high chance of being Okay, good. Oh, yeah, well, brilliant, right? So, uh, yes, so everybody, yeah, so answer that. Risk or opportunities, and let us tabulate. Let's see let's see which of those sides is going to win. We're going to count, all right? Is it an opportunity or it's a threat? So Owusu says, Bukola says opportunity. Owusu says opportunity. Sefa says level 6 in terms of it will in terms of how well it will affect it. Can I hear from everybody quickly before I then quickly go into my presentation? I'll try to make this very quick. I'll try to make this very quick. Because we're gonna have this session. So Samantha says it's definitely an opportunity. Can I hear from three more persons? Can I hear Prudence? Can I hear from you? Victor, can I hear from you? Let me hear from three more persons and I'll quickly go into my presentation. All right. Because I mean this kind of topic that we're talking about, the governance and the management of artificial intelligence, it's like a 5 day type session, right? So I'm going to try to compress what we will do. Prudence says improve efficient time and management. Okay, good. So Pascaline also says it's an opportunity. Brilliant. So who are those apart from Victoria that says that Victoria sees it as a threat? Who else is seeing it as a threat to their job? Who else is seeing artificial intelligence as a threat to their job? Okay. So this session that I want to have here, that I want to do this in an hour, it's like a what I would say is like a 40-hour training session. Did you hear that? What I'm going to try to do over the next 1 hour or less is what ordinarily will use an entire 5 day of 8 hours a day training to be able to do, right? So, and of course, a lot of you are at work. I know it'll be tough or if not almost impossible to get all of you to take that amount of time off, right? So, okay, Cephas, I've seen what you've written. So what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to quickly go through my presentation, and I'm going to implore all of you to please do get a pen, get a sheet of paper, or you can use your phone and just type and just capture some key things. Are we all together? I'm going to say a lot of things within a very short period. So I'm just going to ask all of you to please just note a couple of things as you go through. We're going to record this session also, all right, and we're going to put it online. But nevertheless, there's some portions that it's important that you just get it once and for all. Some of you might not get the chance to ever go back online to go to look for the session. But what it is that you have gotten immediately out of this room becomes your advantage. Are we all together? What it is that you have gotten immediately out of this room right now becomes your advantage, and it allows you to be able to really think about who you are, what you're doing, where is your career going, and what you need to do to be future ready. Are we all together? Right? What are the things you all need to do? Because that's a key portion of what you have to take out of this room today. What do I need to do to be future ready? And everybody here needs to be future ready. What do I need to do to be 2026 ready? All right, and that's a big question. And now I'm not talking about every area of your life. I'm not talking about if you want to go on a diet or do something that is interesting. I'm speaking for primarily from a career perspective. What do I need to do? That's what it is that you all need to have at the back of your mind. What do I need to do to be future ready, right? To be 2026 ready. That's on one hand. On the other hand, how can I help my organization to be 2026 ready? Right? Did you hear that, everybody? That's my objective. It's a very simple objective that I have, right? And my thinking and my reasoning is very simple. What do I need to do, right? Um, to be 2026 ready, right? And how can I help my organization? What do I need to what do I need to do to what do I need to take out of this session to help my organization? What on earth do I need to take out of this room to help my organization? If you take those two things into consideration, then this session would have been worth it, right? If you take those two things into keen consideration, then this session would have been worth it. Now, I'm not here to teach anybody artificial intelligence, right? This is not one of those sessions where I'm trying to teach you how to build a small language model or a large language model, or to how to train models, or how to you build all sorts inside of Python. That's not what this session is about. All right, this session really is just about those two things that I said. What do I need to know when it comes to the governance and management of of artificial intelligence in organizations? And what should my organization know? Each of us each of us each person that is here, we're like representatives of our organizations. Are you all with me? All of us that are here, we're all representatives of our organizations, and all of us need to be able to go back to our individual organizations to say to them that this is what we should be thinking about. So everybody that is in information security, that is in audit, that is in compliance, that is in risk management, that is in IT, that is in business operations, what should you know relative to artificial intelligence? Today, I'm seated in Kigali. I came for a conference here, massive conference yesterday that started on Monday, and it's been a great conference. Tuesday, sorry. Everybody, you can look at the MW. We can open a browser and look at the MWC conference. Brilliant conference, right? I mean, telecommunications conference that happened this week. MWC Kigali. Everybody, if you type that online, brilliant, brilliant, beautiful conference. Also, for telecommunications and uh, artificial intelligence, once again, was the key conversation. How artificial intelligence is helping with regards to mobile money, with regards to access, with regards to many things. So if you look at the MWC conference in Kigali, brilliant conference. As I was so impressed with the way the entire conference went. Well, once again, what is the key theme here? A key theme across was about artificial intelligence within telecommunications. MTN had a brilliant robot that they brought here this week. And I mean, that can do all sorts, virtual reality. I mean, it's an endless list of things around artificial intelligence that happened this week at the conference. There's another conference that is coming up here in Kigali next month, everybody. If you go online, you will see the Afrexim compliance event. Everybody can. If you find the link, please drop it in the chat room. Anybody? So there is the Afrexim compliance event happening next month here in Kigali. And what is the real theme? Can anybody help me check? What is the theme for that one? The Afrexim compliance event happening in November in Kigali. What is the theme of the conference? If you will find it online, right? Once again, you will see it's all about artificial intelligence inside of compliance. So this artificial intelligence conversation is not a nice to have conversation. Who are those? Let me take a poll here. Who are those that cannot do 24 hours without the use of Gemini, uh, Grok, and ChatGPT? Let me see your hands in the room, everybody, before I continue. Who are those that in every 24 hours they will refer to Gemini, refer to Gemini, ChatGPT, or Grok. At least between Mondays and Fridays. Let's leave Sundays out of it. Between Mondays and Fridays. Quickly, everybody in the chat room. If you're one of them, put 24 in the chat room. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Now you cannot do 24 hours without referring. Right? Cephas, Abukola, right? Who else? Who are those that cannot do 20? Pascaline, Ogechi. Okay, yes, maybe co-pilot. Yes, those four platforms, Victor definitely, Owusu. Everybody. If you're one of those people that you cannot do, Mariah, you can barely do 24 hours without referring to the co-pilot, ChatGPT, Grok, and Gemini. Right? Who are those people? They can barely do 24 hours without those things. Right? So once again, this is a big conversation. Once again, this is a big conversation. So, and you will see that 2 years ago, right? That wasn't it for most people. Am I right? Am I right? 2 years ago, a lot of people could do 24 hours. This is the year 2025. In the year 2023, a lot of people could do 24 hours without any kind of referring to any kind of large language model. But now, in 2 years, everybody, most people cannot do without it. And these are the kinds of things all of us should know. I mean, I was at the compliance event last year that Afrexim is holding. Can somebody look for the link and drop it in the chat room? Vincent, can you please do that? I was at the event I think it was in Senegal. I think so, yes. It must have been in Senegal last year that I was at the Afrexim event. And artificial intelligence was not the main conversation. But look at it this year. Artificial intelligence is the main conversation that they're going to be having within compliance. And so, once again, this is important to all of us. Um, this program, this session that we're having today, is being sponsored by SNBP, and SNBP has got some an artificial intelligence academy. So please, Damilare, you can share the link to this portal, and you can also will share the link so that people can look at the courses. So if you don't mind, you can put that in the chat room. This session that we're having is being sponsored by SNBP. And they have also said they will provide many free things. One of them is a free course on free AI foundation course, free AI accredited foundation course on artificial intelligence. And I've taken the course. A couple of people on this call have also taken the course, and I know that you will not be disappointed. In fact, I encourage you all to go back to your organizations and ensure that people in your organization, your employees, your colleagues, your family, friends, brothers and sisters, and everybody else, that they all take the AI Foundation course. All right. So SMBP is nice enough to say that the people who have attended this session, they would allow them to take the AI course, and they will also give them a couple of other things as incentives for attending this session. So please, a massive round of applause and thank you to SMBP, everybody in the chat room. A big, big round of applause and a big thank you to SMBP for taking the time out to organize this session and for inviting me to be a part of it. So big thank you to you, SMBP. They've got a brilliant AI Academy. Please put the link in the chat room. People can follow it and you can download the brochure and also look at some of the courses that they've got. Okay, good. Let me quickly move on. I mean, the executives in your organization, right? So one question, as I said, I'm going to ask you a lot of things, right? Or I'm going to say a lot of things. So please just take these things into consideration, and I'm going to try to be very quick, right? So one question here is the executives in your organization, how AI enabled are they? How AI enabled are the executives in your organization? You might be in a bank, you might be working for an insurance company, You might be in a small laundry service. You might be working in a restaurant. You might be working in a logistics company. It doesn't matter, right? One key thing is you need AI intelligent executives. If I could carve out a word like that, the AI intelligent executive, just like you also need the AI intelligent personnel, the AI intelligent employee, the AI intelligent worker. All of us need this. Our organizations will not survive into the future except we have these kinds of people in the organization. And you know what they say? They say leadership starts from the top, right? Leadership begins from the top. If the if the executives in your own organization don't know artificial intelligence, they don't understand artificial intelligence, they're not adopting artificial intelligence, then your organization is going to fold up eventually. I promise you that. Your organization is not going to survive. And it doesn't matter whether it's a law firm, it doesn't matter whether it's a hospital, a manufacturing company. Every organization needs to have AI enabled, AI intelligent executives and personnel. And the further behind you are with artificial intelligence, the further behind you're going to be with regards to achieving your goals and objectives as an organization. This is a promise. So each of us really need to understand what this is, and we need to encourage our leaders. Where there's a client that I've had a session with. There are going to be some other clients we're going to have sessions with, even before the end of the year. And it's the executives in these organizations, and always saying to them is that how do you really leverage artificial intelligence? How do you leverage artificial intelligence? Because the organization is not going to be able to move forward except its leaders really understand this. All right. I'm very mindful of time. As I said, I would love to go through this. I'd love to spend like 2 days or 3 days just talking through each of these things. What should the executives in your own organization, what should they know? How should the executives take advantage of this particular thing that we're talking about? So if you have executives in your organization that don't understand it, that there's a problem. There's a problem, a big problem. So some of you here, you need to go away and start to make recommendations to the organization that your executives need to be trained. Your executives, they need to be trained. They need their capacity, the skills, their expertise needs to be significantly improved. Let me move on very quickly. As I said, I'm Dr. Orlando, and it's my pleasure to be here. And a big thank you once again to SMBP for organizing this session. I've done this many times with different organizations, and that this is one of the things I said to one of the clients that we were working with on one of the sessions that I have had in the past. Um, so this is sacrosanct. As you go into the year 2026, what is your AI strategy, both as an individual and even for your organization? Did you hear that? As you go into the year 2026, what is your AI strategy, both as an individual and even as an organization? One thing I can tell you, right, is the employee, if you have two employees, right, the one that knows how to use AI and the other one that does not know how to use AI effectively, when it comes to productivity, the one that knows how to use AI is going to do much better than the other one. Now, I can tell you when it comes to direct productivity. Now, AI cannot give you a great attitude. Am I right? So you need to have a great attitude, right? AI is not going to make you a friendlier person. AI is not going to make you a much more sociable person. So those attitudinal things, they exist. But when it comes to the direct work, the everyday work, and I wish one of my colleagues, Benga was here, is on this call, because everybody go and look at something called Lovable and Lovable AI. Can you put the link, Vincent, for creating mock-ups and things like that? So if you have two developers, you have two accountants, you have two HR employees, you have two of anything at all, the person that knows how to use AI is going to deliver faster, quicker, and better quality work than the other person. Take that from me. Now, better quality work might not be everything when it comes to work. I don't want you to give me good, great quality, but you've got a very lousy attitude. You're very rude. I don't want that. So I'm still not going to give you a round of applause simply because of productivity and you got poor attitude. But when it comes to the direct work, the everyday work, I can tell you categorically, the person that knows how to use AI is going to that knows how to intelligently use AI. Let me put that in. So maybe we're going to create a concept called intelligent use of AI, right? The intelligent use of AI, because there is the non-intelligent use of AI. I see employees in different places that don't know how to intelligently use AI. And that's a big conversation. But I can tell you that the employee that knows how to intelligently use AI will end up doing better than the one that does not, or the one that has less intelligence when it comes to artificial intelligence. Same thing for the executive, and even as an organization. Owusu is from a bank, a couple of other people are from banks. I can tell you in the year 2026, the bank that knows how to use artificial intelligence. Sorry, let me say that again. And so please type that in the chat room for me, Bukola. Any organization, right? Or Vincent, anybody. The organization that knows how to intelligently use AI, please type it out in the chat room for me, Vincent. The organization that knows how to intelligently use AI will outperform the other organization that knows how to use it less in the year 2026. And you can write that down. The organization that knows how to intelligently use AI, right, will outperform their competitor in the year 2026. And that's a promise. Okay. Let me move on once again because of time. I there are many things here, right? I was having a conversation with somebody yesterday. They said that is there a universal definition of artificial intelligence? Okay, is there is there a universal definition of artificial intelligence? I'm not sure, but yeah. So this is an attempt, right? If you say artificial intelligence, then what will be the opposite? Somebody tell me in the chat room. Will the opposite be natural intelligence, or will the full opposite be natural stupidity? What is the opposite of intelligence? Right? Eh? What is the opposite of intelligence? Anybody? What is the opposite of opposite of intelligence? Uh, so when we say artificial, would that now be natural stupidity or something like that? So once again, I was having a conversation where like, what is the how can we define artificial intelligence? If you go for an interview, you go somewhere, how can you define what artificial intelligence is? Right? And somebody is asking you, so how will you define it? How will you describe it? How will you articulate artificial intelligence to an audience? What exactly will you say? And some of the things on my screen, they're useful if you can articulate it properly. Okay? If you can talk about where data comes in, if you can speak about where we're trying to mimic human intelligence, if you can speak about the aggregation of data in such a way that we can then derive intelligence from it and we can make a request from the derived intelligence And that derived intelligence will then help us, give us thoughts, give us opinion, and even crunch data. What is, can you, everybody, this, so in the chat room, everybody, who are those that think that they can stand in front of an audience and they can properly articulate what exactly AI is? Who are those? Who are those that think that they can stand in front of an audience of experts, an audience of professionals, and they can adequately, right? They can adequately articulate what artificial intelligence is. It's not that easy. Honestly, it isn't. It isn't. It's not that easy to really speak about artificial intelligence. It's not. But that's an assignment for everybody. What is your definition? What is your what is your description of artificial intelligence? If they put everybody in your organization together in a room and they bring you up there, how are you going to describe, define, and speak intelligently about artificial intelligence? That's important, right? Okay, let me move on very quickly. Once again, there are many portions of this. This is not really a training class. I need way more time for me to talk about this. That where before when we started this session today, I was having a conversation with Bukola and Vincent, and I was telling them that ChatGPT has, because of the amount of data and it's people are putting into it, and because of its popularity, it's much better trained in giving certain kinds of responses than all the other LLMs that exist, right? That it's much better trained. But that Grok, if you want to do the kind of detailed analysis, it's like the mathematical model inside of Grok does much better work. You can upload an entire textbook and you can tell Grok, look through this whole thing, analyze this for me, bring it out as this. For me, as a person, I might be wrong. Grok does a much better job of analysis. I think if you have like a code sample, and as I said, I might be wrong. So um give me your thoughts in the chat room. This is meant to be a discussion. So and the chat room is open. So anybody that's got any thoughts, whether you agree with me, whether you disagree with me, you can put your thoughts in the chat room. But Grok does much better analysis for me than what it is that I get from ChatGPT. ChatGPT is much better trained for general things because of the amount of data that people are putting into it. And my colleague Vincent then says that Gemini does a much better job when it comes to image rendition and picture picture formatting and things like that. So everybody, what do you think? What's the difference? I don't use Copilot a lot, really. So some people use Copilot a lot. What is the advantage? So please, everybody, share your thoughts with me in the chat room. What is the advantage of Copilot over ChatGPT and Gemini and Grok? What is the real thing that each of these four platforms really are good at? So if we look at all the things that are written here, which which of those four is the best for which of these ones? So when it comes to, and which one is the best when it comes to building agents, right? I'm sure somebody will say the paid version of ChatGPT, that you can build excellent agents from it, right? At least that one I've tried. So it all depends. It all depends, right? So, but I would like to hear the thoughts of everybody. What is the big advantage? Which one goes well? What tool will you use for what, as it is? Let me move on very quickly, right? Once again, I've already spoken about this, right? All your executives, all the managers in your organization, the same way we do information security awareness sessions for the board, for the executives, for the business managers, departmental managers, and things like that. The same way we do that is exactly what you and I need to start to do relative to artificial intelligence. AI awareness for the board, AI awareness for the executives, AI awareness for all employees. There's a massive conversation around data privacy and even ethical use of artificial intelligence. There's a massive, massive conversation around both the ethical use and the privacy when it comes to artificial intelligence. I think every organization needs to have an AI awareness plan for the year 2026. I think every organization, you need to have an AI awareness program for the board, for the executives, for the departmental managers, for the unit managers, and for all employees as you go into the year 2026. I think that's important. I think it's essential. Once again, what is your AI IQ? So I created this thing called your AI IQ, your intelligence quotient. So you as a person, what is your AI IQ? Everybody, give me your score. Right? You go for an interview, or you have to speak to you're doing town hall meetings in your organization, and you have to speak intelligently around artificial intelligence tied to these five things. What will you say? How will you do it? Okay? What will you say? How will you do it? Some weeks ago, we had a brilliant session with somebody that used to work with me. He works for Google now. Have that session on YouTube. So, Boma, you can put the link. And he said so many things around artificial intelligence that I think everybody needs to hear of. And so we have it recorded. It's on YouTube. I'm sure we'll share the link. But yes, what is the AI IQ of all the employees in your organization? What is the AI IQ of the managers in your organization? What is the AI IQ of the executives in your organization? Okay. And so I have a question for everybody, and I hope I can get at least 10 responses or 15 in the chat room. Who should drive AI um, governance and management in an organization? Should it be IT? Should it be audit? Should it be compliance? Should it be strategy? I want to get an answer. I want everybody quickly. Who should, who should drive AI governance and management in an organization? Who should do it? Everybody, can I hear your thoughts? Should it be IT, or should it be audit, or should it be strategy, or should it be risk, or should it be compliance, or should it be information security, infosec, or should it be operations, or QMS, quality management? Who should drive? Everybody, give me your thoughts. I want at least 10 people to give me an answer. Who's the best person? What unit or department? Should it be internal audit? Should it be IT? Should it be strategy or risk or compliance or information security? Who's the best person, right, to drive AI governance and management in an organization? Let me hear your thoughts. What department should drive AI governance and management? And of course, inside of the governance and management is also adoption, isn't it? So governance, management, let me say, and adoption. Who should be driving this? Remember that we started with governance, and that's a big deal, right? If we had to give this to one department to drive, who will be like, what department? Quickly, can I hear from everybody very quickly, right? So thank you very much. Ebenezer says compliance. Okay. Pascaline says information security. Are you sure? You know that this AI is a big deal. You know that there is AI adoption within finance. There is AI adoption within every unit and department in the organization. Sefa says strategy and risk and compliance, but those are like three different departments. So we're looking for one person that I know that it's going to be supported by many others, but we're looking at for the organization. for the department that should be in the driving seat. We're looking for the department that should be in the driving seat. Anybody? Somebody says operations. Okay. Who else? Any other person? Any other person? Let me see. I think it's very tough, right? I think it's very tough. I think so. All right. And so I might be tempted. Okay. And so, prudence, that means you're talking about it nationally. I'm talking about within an organization. I'm definitely tilted towards, Dan, you said every department. Yes, but there has to be a coordination center. There has to be the center that is coordinated, right? If you ask me, I definitely think it should be strategy. My opinion. Once again, I might be wrong, but I think strategy department should drive AI because AI is it's a lot and it covers the entire organization as it is, right? So top five and another five. Let me move on very quickly. This is an invaluable resource. Everybody, please, everybody, open the browser if you're on your computer, and somebody can drop the link in the chat room and look for the Microsoft Copilot scenarios. Microsoft Copilot scenarios. And I really like this. I love it. In fact, not just like, right? Microsoft has created this massive library and it's for free. I mean, brilliant stuff that Microsoft has done in this regard. Brilliant stuff. They provided a lot of guidance, everybody. They provided a lot of guidance and a lot of direction relative to the business functions in an organization and applicability of AI. Did you hear that? The business functions in an organization and the applicability of AI. They've done that, right? And it's brilliant the way they've done it. What they've done here is great. So everybody, if you're thinking, and that's why I think the strategy is the person that really should drive this whole thing. Okay. I think it should either be strategy or if an organization has got a transformation office, but the transformation office in itself sits within strategy. So I think strategy should drive AI governance, management, and adoption in an organization. I think so. Maybe we're going to create a poll. Okay, Chi, let's create a poll on my LinkedIn page. Which department should drive AI adoption? Governance, management, and adoption, GMA. Which department? Should it be strategy? Should it be risk? Should it be IT? Who should be driving this? So this is invaluable material, everybody. This is invaluable material. So please go on to, please drop a link. Microsoft has provided guidance in terms of how different units and departments in an organization can use artificial intelligence. Now, they've done it one even more than that. Everybody, they've now also provided guidance in terms of how different industries should use artificial intelligence. So they've done it by function, they've also done it by industry. And all they've done is that they've provided thoughts and insights and opinion in terms of what they think organizations should take into consideration. What they have put out there is not the word of God. It's not like something that is sacrosanct, but they've provided brilliant thoughts and ideas. They have provided brilliant thoughts and ideas relative to how artificial intelligence can help within functions and also within industries. Let me move on very quickly. Once again, um, I mean, I think all business managers, right, you need to be AI ready. I definitely think so. But you know, I don't want to spend the whole day here, so I'll share some of these things uh, with you, or I'll share the slides with you actually. So this is another question. So for your organization, what is the big problem that artificial intelligence is going to solve? What is the big problem that artificial intelligence is going to solve for your organization? What is the big problem artificial intelligence is going to solve for your organization? What is the big deal? Is it going to help you make more revenue? Is it going to help you make more profit? Is it going to help you reduce costs? You need to have clarity around this as an organization. You need to have clarity around this, right? I'm sure for those that have attended this session, I'm sure we can the SMBP team can also send you this particular document. Are we together? So these are two things that every organization should have as at yesterday. Did you hear that? These are two things that every organization, every forward-looking organization, every asset management company, every insurance company, all of them should have something like this already as an organization. An AI policy, and AI AUP. I know the information security people only think about information security policy and information security AUP, but I'm telling you categorically, um, you must also have some kind of AI policy and AI acceptable use policy for your organization. Did you hear that? For most people, they are not here yet. For most people, they're not even close. Um, they're not even close to this yet. Most people they're not. They're not even thinking about this. Now, any forward-looking organization cannot afford to go into the year 2026 without this. There's no forward-looking organization that should go into the year 2026 without this. Board approved. Did you hear that? This is the beginning of an appropriate AI governance, management, and adoption. AI GMA, we can call it. AI GMA, governance, management, and adoption. All right. So go back to your organization. And that's why I was asking which department is going to champion this? Of course, IT can champion it, risk can champion it, QMS can champion it, but who's the best person to champion it for maximum effectiveness in your own organization? Who's the best person to champion this for maximum effectiveness in your own organization? If this, I would have, if this was a paid session, I would have told each of you to promise me that in the next 60 days, you're going to work on the customized version of this policy and the acceptable use policy, and you're going to at least get the executives to sign off on this for your own organization. Once again, this is important and it's critical. I have a slide, I have a document somewhere that talks about all various areas of AI and how you and I can decide that we're going to specialize in different areas. This is not the real conversation for today, but there are all sorts of things from SEO optimization using AI, music creation using AI. Which of this is going to be your expertise? Everybody, quickly. Everybody take one, pick one and tell me, give me the number in the chat room. If I had to pick one area that I want to specialize in on this page, for me as a person, from AI, from an artificial intelligence perspective, I'll probably go with as a person, I'll definitely go with either number 10 or number 15. So for me, I think I'll just go with number 15 as a person. As a person, I think I'll go with number 15. So for you as a person, what number are you going to go for? Everybody, what number are you going to go for? Everybody in the chat room. If you had to pick one of these areas, right? What will you pick? What number will you go for? If you had to pick one of these areas, right? What will you pick for yourself? Everybody in the chat room, everybody. Tell me the I've picked number 15. Well, who else is on team number 15? Who are those that are team number 8? Everybody. Which is if you had to pick one area that you want to become some kind of global expert in the use of AI in that particular area. The use of AI in that particular area. Everybody give me your numbers very quickly. Give me your numbers. Some people are 19. Ebenezer is with me on 15. Somebody says number 9. Who are those that are number 7? Who are those that are number 6? Who are those that are in digital marketing that should be around number 5 and number 6? Right? Right. Good. Brilliant. Once again, you can use AI to do all sorts. And I'm happy to send you this document. These are all areas where artificial intelligence can help. All these are all areas where artificial intelligence you can use. I'm not talking about doing these things the traditional normal way. I'm talking about doing them using and leveraging various AI tools. That's what I'm talking about here. Let me move on very quickly. Once again, I was speaking at a conference well, not recently, some months ago, and I was saying to them that most organizations have to make this very difficult decision. Are you going to buy AI tools, or are you going to build for your organization? Where is the future of your organization when it comes to AI? Are you going to build, or are you going to drive? Are you going to buy? Sorry. So, everybody, what do you think? A typical bank, a typical insurance company, a typical telco provider, all right? Whatever that entity is, are you going to build, or are you going to buy? Let me hear from everybody. Are you building, or are you going to buy? What do you think for a stockbroking firm, for an asset management company? Do you think the solution for most organizations will it be to buy, or will it be to build? And this is a very important conversation, everyone. What do you think? And I was with them and I was telling them that most organizations, especially banks, you will not find anything in the market that will solve your core business problems directly. Did you hear that? Once again, I might be wrong. I might be wrong. But you will not find, right? You will not find anything in the open market that is going to really directly off the market, you know what we call off the shelf solution, that will resolve these things for you as an organization. Like it or not, every bank, every company must have its own AI developers. Did you hear what I said? You will not find anything in the open market that will provide you answers to all these things. You know, this AI is not like an ERP. It's not like SAP or Zoho. It's not an ERP. That's not what it is. It is really something that has to be thought through and customized to resolve specific problems in your own organization. So I was telling them at that conference that most people have to really have an AI strategy, and they're going to have to build that some things you can buy. You can pay for some tools. You can pay for Gamma, right? You can pay for certain tools. But when it comes to core business problems, you're going to have to build. And that's why it's not late to start out on this AI journey. It's not late to start to build your capabilities. It's not late to start to learn the basics of artificial intelligence. Even if you give birth to a child today, that child is still going to have a place in this AI world, even if the child is born today. So this is important for you and I, it's important for our future. This AI is also what is going to help that you and I, even for a very long time, we're going to remain relevant. This artificial intelligence that is going to help that we will remain relevant for an extended period of time. Let me move on very quickly because I want to round up the session soon. Right? As I said, this is like a 5-day training, right? So everybody go and download this document. Please check online. Everybody go and download this document. Everybody go and download this document. Everybody go and download this document. Everybody, because this is a very important document and this is a global document, right? It's a big, big, big document globally. In fact, in a place like Nigeria, if you look at the AI strategy, they pretty much built the AI strategy, and somebody can look for the link online and put it in the chat room. They pretty much built the AI strategy for Nigeria around this document, and it's a free document. Okay, so there's a lot for you to learn in the document. The document also tilts towards sustainability. And there's so many people that I wish that they're on this call, right? Because this conversation is very important. My team in Ghana that are working with a lot of organizations in Ghana. This conversation is extremely important for those conversations because there's barely anything you're going to do in artificial intelligence from a governance, a management, and an adoption perspective that you will not need to refer to these documents. And the document also leans towards sustainability. And we've got a sustainability conference that is coming up next week, Thursday. Next week, Thursday, you can put the link in the chat room. We've got a big sustainability conference that'll be coming up next week, Thursday. Okay, so you will see that even when it comes to artificial intelligence, it also links towards sustainability because you can see smack in the middle here is people and the planet, and those are sustainability conversations. So they're saying this document in itself is saying that your entire artificial intelligence strategy as an organization needs to have sustainability even within it in itself. Your entire artificial intelligence strategy in itself needs to have the sustainability as the centerpiece. And as I said, it's a free document. You find it online. Everybody can download it. And then look at all the other considerations around it. I wish my colleague Alberta and some of the other people, because you're going to be having these conversations in all sorts of places with all sorts of executives because these things are important. So you can then start to see data and input, modeling, task and output, application context, and many other things, right? In one of our training courses, this we spent an entire day just looking at this document, an entire day just looking at this document and analyzing the document and sharing templates and approaches for the document. Okay, so once again, this is why we're talking about the governance, the management, and the adoption of artificial intelligence. This is why we're talking about it. Because here you can also see you say that your adoption of artificial intelligence, is it going to harm people? Is it going to harm an organization? Is it going to harm the society? Is it going to bring problem and chaos to the society? And this is important. And that's why I said, everybody here right now, go and download this document. It's a freely available document. Your organization cannot, should not be thinking about the proper governance, management, and adoption of artificial intelligence without taking this document into keen, not just a slight consideration, into keen consideration. Who are those that have seen this document before? Can I hear from you in the chat room? Who are those that have used the document before? Can I hear from you in the chat room? You cannot go into the year 2026 as an individual, as a representative of your organization without being adequately AI enabled, right? I'm going to move on very quickly. Once again, time is of essence. They have this beautiful diagram. And one of the things I tell people in the training class, can you articulate this diagram? And can you tell me how this diagram is going to be taken into consideration within your own organization? Did you hear me? Let me say it again. Can you articulate this diagram? And can you tell me specifically how your organization is going to take or adopt this diagram within its own ecosystem, within its own environment? This is some real conversation. So you can see, look at the entire chain from the context, the application context, how you do the planning and the design, the data and its input, the AI model. Even under the AI model, they've talked about to build and use and to verify and to validate. These are massive conversations that even within Microsoft, within AWS, they're still worried about this. They're still improving around this. My colleague who works for Google now was saying some weeks ago, he was saying that on a scale of 1 to 10, the entire world, even Google is on 1 over 10 when it comes to AI. Did you hear what I just said? There is a slide. If Boma can look for that slide and dump it in the chat room, that the gentleman showed us. He said where AI is going to is, let's say it's on a scale of 10, that all of us are still on level 1. That means it's not late. That means there's no better time for you and I to really start to hunker down on the use and the ethical use and value from artificial intelligence. The ethical use and value from artificial intelligence. I will round up very soon, right? Once again, these are key things that all of us should take into consideration. All right. And I think in the even in the flyer for this event, I'm certain that this is here. Right. So yes, I think this one. So once again, look at the 8 things that I've written inside what you will know: your strategy, the risk, the ethical concerns, the policies, the processes, your people, the technology side of things, and the decisions you're making from AI. These are 8 critical areas. And over the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing a lot of, because I've been working with the different organizations around this, I'll be doing a lot of write up around some of these things. And yeah, you can follow me on LinkedIn and you'll see quite a bit of these things. But these are key conversations. And I'm telling you, there's no insurance company that should not be having this conversation. There's no bank, there's no asset management company, there's no manufacturing company. Everybody should be thinking about these 8 dimensions of artificial intelligence. These 8 dimensions of artificial intelligence, right? Let me quickly rush through this and I can take questions, right? That's right. Good. This is probably one of the most important slides for this session today, right? This is probably one of the most important slides for this session today. Okay. Um, I know a lot of people, right? All of us talk about 42001, and I'm looking forward to the first Nigerian or Kenyan or Ghanaian company that is going to be the first one to be 42001 certified. Does anybody know any company in Rwanda? As I said, I'm seated in Rwanda today. Does anybody know any company that is ISO 42001 certified? I don't know of any. Maybe you do. We can put it in the room. There's a registry. If you go online, so I'm looking forward to the first company that is going to be AI certified. I am definitely looking forward to that. But there's one document that all of us, irrespective of our line of work, whatever it is that we do, that we must compulsorily know the content of that document. It is the ISO 22989. I consider that document to be the primary school of a nursery. Maybe I should call it nursery school, right? Of artificial intelligence. If everybody, the thing that I will say qualifies you to say I'm becoming some kind of AI expert, or sorry, specialist. Expert is a bit far, right? For you to be an expert, you will need to know those ones that are at the bottom there, especially the one around the system lifecycle and the one around artificial intelligence. Those ones are a bit advanced. This ISO 23894 is like the NIST AIRMF. It's pretty much like the NIST AIRMF, but from an ISO perspective. But if there's one thing everybody should take away from this session, you all must know ISO 22989. It's what I refer to as the fundamentals that will make you some kind of AI specialist. Your journey to becoming an AI expert starts with 22989. So I know we all talk about 42001, but I'm not gonna 42001 is very far. In fact, nobody should be talking about 42001 that has not been adequately trained on 22989. Nobody should be talking about 42001 that has not been professionally, adequately, and appropriately trained on 22989. I know people are doing lead implementer for 42001, lead auditor, but all that is just in the air. It's like you've jumped nursery primary school and you've moved to university. Your background and your foundation is going to be shaky. The core thing here, if I had to pick one thing for everybody, it is ISO 22989. And I think I might have, let me see if I can find, uh, I might find that slide. Where is it? Ah, good, no. 989, where's my 989? Where's my 989? I don't think I put it here. I didn't put it here. Oh, right. I did not put my 989 here. It's not here. All right. Okay. I don't have it here, but I have something like this for 989. For 22989. I thought I put it in here. I have something exactly like this for the 22989. The 42001 is not a big deal, right? But there's so many things in that are like the prerequisites even before you ever get here. There are so many things that are like the prerequisites even before you ever get here in itself. So you can see this is 42001. You will see key things like everybody, can you see my screen? 5.2, the AI policy. Can you see 6.1? Okay. Can you, who, I wish somebody, if it was in a training class, I would have started saying somebody should articulate the difference between 6.1 and 8.2. Between 6.1 and 8.2. Right? Everybody, can you see an additional thing under clause 8, which is 8.4? And that's a big deal. It's a massive deal. I hope I'll be part of the organization that gets the ISO 42001 certified in Nigeria, in Cameroon, in Rwanda, in Ghana, or in Kenya. Those are like the places I want to see the first organization. And it's got to be thorough. It's got to be thoroughly done for you to be able to do this. And that organization has got to show that they've met every requirement that is here. That organization has got to show that they have met every requirement that is here. Another very important thing on my screen, everybody, is the annex of this particular standard. It has got a very deep annex. You can see Annex A, right? That provides some guidance. Then you can see B, and you can also see C. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. It's really, really good standard. But there's a lot an organization will need to do before they can actually get here. There is a massive lot that an organization will need to do before they get here as it is. There are many other standards. This I think is very for every technical person that is on the call. You must know this, everybody. For every technical person that is on the call, right? You must know this because this gives a framework for AI, but from a machine learning perspective. So once again, you that you're a technical AI person that is on this call, you that you're good with your that you're a developer, you that you want to understand artificial intelligence from a technical perspective. Do you think you can stand in front of an audience and articulate everything here? What is supervised machine learning? What is unsupervised? What is semi-supervised? What is self-supervised? What is reinforcement machine learning? What does transfer learning mean? How does it apply? How are you going to demonstrate this to an audience? What is the applicability of this in building AI in and for your own organization? How is this going to work? So in building any kind of AI tool or AI enabled tool, what do you need to know about image generation, object localization, speech recognition? This is for the technical people. And once again, I think every technical person here definitely must know this. But for even for non-technical people, right? Even for non-technical people, all of us completely, without the exception of anybody, must clearly understand 22989. I have a slide somewhere. I just that Kaima, where is the one pager that we have for 22989? I have something similar to this, but for 22989. I have it somewhere. I will look for it and I'm certain I'll include it in the slides when I share it with all of you as it is. Okay, I've been speaking for quite a bit. I don't want to keep. I believe Kaima worked on that thing for me, so maybe she would look for it. Right? I don't want to keep speaking because we can do this all day as it is. But I think I'm hoping I've been able to give some kind of insight into the kinds of things you and I should worry about when it comes to artificial intelligence, its governance, its management, and its adoption. Artificial intelligence, its governance, its management, and its adoption. There are all sorts of training programs that I even see online that try to teach people different tools that are applicable for different things. So everybody on my screen to the left, which is your favorite tool, to the left and to the right, because all of us are meant to be AI enabled. Which is your favorite application? If you don't have an application that you know how to use appropriately, then that's a problem. All of us. So who are those that use Mid Journey here? Apart from ChatGPT, who are those that use let me see, Jasper, Autopilot, 11 Labs? Who are those that use Grammarly? I have a subscription to Grammarly. Who are those that use InVideo? Who are those that use Canva? A lot. So there are all sorts of tools for different things and for different purposes, as it is. I mean, there are all sorts of things. If we're seated in the proper training, we might have to go through this, right? Right? The concept of the layers of AI modeling within the OSI is almost like, oh, can anybody remember what is called OSI? I was teaching some guy this week that I met here in Kigali, and I was telling him about how I learned OSI layers about 25, 20, 20. Let me start it. About 27 or 28 years ago. And if you're doing OSI from bottom up, it is please do not throw sausage pizza away. Please do not throw sausage pizza away. And if you're doing OSI from top down, it says all people seem to need data processing. I must have learned that thing about 28 years ago. And I still know it. I still know the protocols that work on each of the layers of the OSI layer. So for people who are doing AI, having a decent understanding of this stack that is to my left is very important, because you will not be able to build adequately if you don't understand some of these things. Okay. And if you do, because if you're going to program through these layers, you must know exactly what it is that you're doing and how exactly you're approaching it. So if you're a developer, imagine yourself going for an interview. This is the kind of thing that I'll say. I'll just say, tell me how you're going to build an application speaking to me about these 7 layers that are here, and I want to listen to what you have to say. Right? Just like if I'm asking you about AI agents, right? There's a lot that I'm going to also ask you around both the AI agents and agentic AI. They're two different things. They have similar. They have their areas of interaction, but they're two different things. There are many things that I will ask you around this. I'm building a training based on GenSpark for a course that we're building. Yeah, so you can go look at GenSpark. Everybody go to this website. Brilliant website. There's an AI for that. It's a brilliant website. It's a brilliant website. It's a brilliant website. It will help you significantly. Another thing that when I speak to executives, and all of you should take this away, what is AI going to help you transform in your own organization? So if you're a group of executives, I'll put this up and I'll ask you, what exactly is AI going to help you do in your organization? Is AI going to help you with regards to the transformation of your channels, your products, your processes, your structure? Is it your brand? What is AI going to enable your organization to do uh, amongst these 10 things? What exactly is artificial intelligence going to enable your organization to do? All right, people, let me bring this to a close here. Thank you very much for your time. That is my humble self. I'm Dr. Lando. It's my pleasure to have been able to deliver this session to you. Um, and a big thank you to the transformation to the SMVP team, right? So yeah, this is the SMPP. A big thank you to them. Please, everybody, a round of applause for them in the chat room for organizing this session. And if anybody is here in Kigali, please reach out. Is there anybody on the call in Kigali? I think I'll be somewhere in downtown buying drinks for people, or I'll be at Kigali Heights or something this evening. I'm happy to buy you drinks. If you're on the call and you're from Kigali, can I get to know? Please, there's a feedback form, I believe. All right. Please, everybody, so that you can get all the goodies that we have to send. Everybody, please fill the feedback form. I will share the Prudence. I'll share the slides. Not a problem at all. All right. But you've got to fill the feedback form. You've got to fill the feedback form. Everybody, they put the feedback form in the chat room. All right. They put the feedback form in the chat room. If you fill the feedback form, I will. Oh, you will get the slides and many other things. If you fill the feedback form, you get the slides and many other things. Is there anybody that is here that is in Kigali? Glorious, are you in Kigali? Please, questions, thoughts, opinion. Everybody, you can drop your questions quickly. Thoughts, opinion, questions, thoughts, opinion, as we bring this to a beautiful close. Okay? Oh, Glorious, you're in Kigali. Interesting. Right. Okay, we'll share the link, Ebenezer. Okay, Glorious, I will. Vincent, please private DM Glorious, reach out to me. Uh, it will be definitely to hang out with you maybe later in the day. Is there any other person that is in Kigali? Questions, thoughts, and opinion from everybody quickly. Questions, thoughts, and opinion from everybody. Questions. I must get some questions. I must get some thoughts and opinion. You can also please unmute the microphone so that people can speak. Questions, thoughts, and opinion from everybody as we bring this to a beautiful close. Everybody, so you, right? What is your big takeaway? Everybody, quickly, quickly. What is your big takeaway from this session today? Anybody? You can either type or you can speak. Anybody at all. Anybody. You can type or you can speak, whichever one. Anybody? Quickly, quickly, before we bring this to a close.
Dr. Orlando,
Give me some feedback. What good? Go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to find out, me as an auditor, where should I start from? Do I need to take the AI fundamentals before I take the one relating to audit?
Oh yes,
Or
absolutely.
I can go straight to the audit with
Absolutely.
respect to the exams?
No, you won't get. I've seen. Thank you very much. All right. I've seen a lot of people do go straight to the audit, but they can't do the job properly. Now, imagine you and I are in the same field, right? You audit, I audit. Now, I have a really good understanding of artificial intelligence. How can you do the kind of work that I'll do? Because both of us are in the same line of work. So that's why you really have to do some of the fundamental things. You must understand. And that's why I said, everybody, maybe I'll be nice to you, right? Hold on. Let me see. Let me be nice to everybody that is here. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to share with you the 22989 document. You should not try to audit if you're not an expert in the use of that document. You should not even try to audit. Like, don't even try it at all. You will do a very poor job of the audit. And everybody that you're speaking to, they will know that you don't even know anything relative to it. Okay? So, everybody, your AI background, your AI knowledge, whether you're in compliance, you're in risk, or whatever department, everybody start, right? Start with the 22989 document. Start with the 22989 document. If you do that, you'll be in a much better place when it comes to artificial intelligence. Don't go straight to the audit. The audit is completely nonsense because it's not even going to teach you anything. It's going to pretty much teach you the same audits that you've known. But if you do well and start appropriately with the 22989, then you're in a much better position to do a great audit. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right. So once again, if you fill the feedback form, we will share with you um the the nine. I'll even share with you some 989 documents for the good of your own organization. Okay. Okay. Good. Any other thoughts? Anybody? Give me your thoughts. Give me your opinion. Okay, for my I'll share my number. Vincent, can you share my number with Okorofo so that yes. Wusu, thank you. Policy development, yes. Divers Insight Surface, thank you very much. Thank you very much. We'll share the link, we'll share the presentation. Ebenezer, thank you. I want to hear from every other person that is here. What's your big takeaway? Adebola, please speak or spoke. Go ahead.
All right. Good morning, everyone. All right. So this is just a question. I don't know if it's really within what we're talking about, but it's still around the AI use. So these days we are advised to do the like a AI use disclosure anytime we do like a material or presentation. But sometimes, we find out that, doing that disclosure and saying, okay, AI was used to produce this kind of dumbs down the effort, right? So people would now be thinking that, oh, okay, because this person used AI, to do this, and then that's why people are shying away from it. My question is, how do we put that in place, and still maintaining, the content or the effort or the integrity of whatever you're presenting? I hope that was clear.
Okay, Adebola, okay, yeah, I understand what you're saying, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
this is my opinion, right? Well, this is my opinion, right? In this modern day, I don't expect that somebody will send me a CV, right?
Mhm.
That they didn't run through AI. Do you
Okay.
understand?
Yes.
I don't even expect that you send me a letter because before now, you and I will send CVs. I mean, I'm an employer. I've been an employer for 25 years, right? People send CVs and you find grammatical errors in their CVs. And in that same CV, they will write, what's that thing everybody writes in there? I pay attention to details. Am I right? And inside
Yeah.
of that CV, you would already find grammatical errors. Now, I'll be surprised if you will still write your CV right now and there are grammatical errors in there. Do you
Okay.
understand? Because I
Yeah.
expect that you'd have used one AI tool or the other to correct it. Now, maybe you came late, but I said something very important. There is the concept of the intelligent use of AI and the non-intelligent use of AI. Do you understand? So if you
Yeah.
write a CV and it's clear to me that your own input is not inside of this CV, do you understand? Or I'm
Mhm.
interviewing you and I'm asking you questions, and you have things in your CV that AI has written for you that you don't even understand, you can't even articulate. It means there's a
Yeah.
problem somewhere. Do you understand? So for me, I think I don't I mean, of course, a lot of people. There's an older person in my church that told me that uh you mean people will now not be writing their proposals any longer or introductory letters? I told the woman, I said that's gone forever. I said, because people are going to prompt introductory letters now, but there is the intelligent prompt of an introductory letter and there is a non-intelligent prompt of it. ChatGPT and Grok can lead you in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
They can say absolute nonsense that if you send it to somebody, the person will know that you don't know what it is that you are doing. Do you understand? So for
Yes,
me,
I
I
do.
don't think it dumbs it down, but
Okay.
I expect people to intelligently and ethically use artificial intelligence, whatever it is that you're using it to do. I was talking about a tool called Lovable AI for doing mockups. If I hire a website developer, I expect him to give me a decent mockup. If he hasn't used a tool like Lovable, I'll start to wonder that what am I even doing with this guy? Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? So maybe because I'm very AI literate, maybe that's
Mhm.
why. But some for people, but this is how the entire world has been, isn't it? Imagine that in this world, people used to I'm not in this world. In this my lifetime, people used to write. Am I right? With pen, and then they brought in typewriter, and the people who were writing were like, "You mean you will not know how to do calligraphy?" Because they felt that every intelligent person must know how to write calligraphy. Am I right? Then they said that only unintelligent people will write letters using typewriter. Am I right? Good. Then who writes calligraphy? Then the people who do typewriters, they were so proud. That's how you could get a job in Shell, in Cadbury, because you could use a typewriter. Then they brought in a computer, and the people said that only unintelligent people will use computers rather than typewriter. Am I right? Now, who has a typewriter? Typewriters are only found in museums. It's the same thing. This artificial intelligence is going to take over everything. The way somebody will do financial reporting, IFRS reporting, and it will take them weeks to come up with a financial report. Now, unstructured data, they're going to put it into AI, and AI is going to restructure it and analyze it and generate reports. It's just how the world has become, in very simple terms. So I want to expect that if I see a correct financial report, that they use AI in cleaning up and in analyzing and in arranging, that I'll say the people are unintelligent. In fact, I'll say that they're very intelligent, except of course if the analysis or the report is now wrong. It's the way of the world. There's no going back. Right? Are we good? I hope that was clear. Right? Good. Any other person? Somebody should share their thoughts. Victoria, thank you very much. I'll share the slides, we'll share the video. Any other person so that we can round this up? Can I take one more person with a thought, with an opinion? Anybody? Anybody? Please allow people to unmute. All right, please allow people to unmute. Allow
You
people to
can unmute
unmute.
the mic
And
now.
then, okay, good. Who's going to speak quickly? Quickly so that we can round this up. I'll call my colleague, Damilare, and she will round up the session. Who's about to speak? Go ahead. Anybody? Anybody? Right. Good. Thank you very much, everyone. I mean, Damilare, please take over. I'll put my details here in the chat room. Uh, uh, please, you can send me an email. Damilare, please, you can go ahead.
All right, thank you, Doctor. Please let's give a round of applause to Doctor. Thank you so much, sir. You've really done well with this webinar. Thank you. So I'm not seeing us. Yes, I'm not seeing us give Doctor his applause. Let's do that. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. All right. Thank you everyone for your active participation and enthusiasm throughout this our webinar. And it's been a truly engaging section. And I hope that you're not leaving today, not just with new knowledge, but with a clearer understanding. And at SNBP, we are committed to help professionals like you stay ahead in this new era of intelligent work where productivity meets innovation. So thank you very much for attending. And in just a moment, I would like to remind us that this awareness is a part of a bigger vision, which is the SNDP AI Academy. And the AI Academy was created to empower individuals and organizations to understand, adopt, and lead AI transformation. So a link has been sent into, it has been dropped in the chat box. We can please go ahead to go through the link to have more understanding on the SNBP AI Academy. And next is our next exciting program under the Academy is the Qualified AI Specialist Certification. Yes, the Qualified AI Specialist Certification. While AI today, we are all focused on practical sections, all of this, all of that. This Qualified AI Specialist certification goes a step further. And just as Doctor has explained, has spoken about during his section, core standards that speaks to that's ISO 22989, that's the AI system lifecycle, ISO 24368 AI trustworthiness, and ISO 5259 data quality for AI. All of this and more is what we'll be discussing and we'll be diving into in this upcoming training, right? This training is going to help you design and implement your AI-driven solution for business processes. You would understand AI governance, ethics in deployment, and this training would also help you bridge the gap between technical AI capabilities and real business needs. You really do not want to miss this training. So please, another link was sent to the chat room for we to fill so that we can get our details. So all of this information, as well as the material Doctor promised to send, would be sent along with our email. So I want us to please take advantage of it. The training comes with a cost of $175. Yes, but because you're here today on this webinar, the training will be going for $60. And the window is open from now to November 7th. So please, I want you to take advantage of it. It is designed for professionals who wants to move beyond the AI awareness to AI mastery. And like Boss has said, we are just scratching the surface. We've not even started. We've not even we've not even taken the first lap. So we do not want you to miss this. So we want you to take hold of this opportunity that we have brought before you. So I encourage you to stay connected with S&BP AI Academy. We have our website link has been sent. And of course, please, once again, if you have not filled the link, please kindly do that. You do not want to miss all of these opportunities coming your way, and all of the documents and the document boss will be sending to us. So together, we are shaping a future where intelligent work isn't just a concept. So once again, thank you for your participation, and we look forward to seeing you in the next program, which is a Qualified AI Specialist Certification. So until then, we remain the training organization that has come to lead you in the right direction. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you once again. Yeah, so that brings us to the end of the section. So we can leave the meeting once we have registered. Please ensure you have registered before leaving the call.
Kakan na karanji. Kavuganya na Joseph.